y'all, how you doing? I tried to start recording this a few minutes ago, didn't work out for me, but anywho's, I think I got it straight now. Yes, I'm driving, I'm safe, and I'm hands-free, and I'm not looking at the camera really too much while I'm driving anyway. Anyways, you all, I decided that I was just gonna be recording my videos in parts, loading it up, really just to help other people. It's just about helping other people, passing the message, because some people just don't hear these things that they need to hear in order to get ready. Since last year, I've been talking about World War II and, you know, how much I'm, you know, into the, just, I'm into history in general, but World War II is like my era that I've like studied. And I'm not talking about college studies and that, you know, I'm talking about just, it's a passion of mine, because the way women dealt with things in the 40s to me was completely different to how women deal with things, let's say now. I'm just going to leave it at that to not be too exaggerant on it. So in other words, I'm going to kind of end up turning my YouTube channel sort of kind of into like a story. So you'll see another part, and that's how you'll get it whenever I get a chance to be able to talk to you all. With rationing, people think that this is something that died out before. It hasn't. So I just went to Save a Lot, and I decided to go ahead and add some more extra things to my ration stock, what I call it. Went and got some flour. You guys watched the video yesterday, you guys know that I went and got some flour and things, but I went and got some more today. Just, you know, looking at the prices and picking up things that, you know, that are going to be useful as we go along to keep it going. Flour and things are used for biscuits, bread, all of those things that are going to be in short supply. I didn't pick up any sugar today. Couldn't afford to really spend extra money on the sugar today, but I will get another sugar. I will. And I don't know what's going on here. This lady is walking in the middle of the street. Looks like she could possibly be inebriated. I don't know, man. But anywho's, I'm driving. But the fact of the matter is, you need to prepare now. Start getting things. Start reusing things. I've kind of turned myself into like a cheapskate, y'all. So what I do now is, let's say I get plastic plates. So I take the bag and I just kind of just reuse it for something else. We have pets, so I'll reuse it to pick up the dog poop. Or, you know, I'll reuse it to store something else inside of it, depending on what it is. Reuse everything. Don't waste anything. This is something that in the 40s, they practiced a lot. It's very important. Do not waste. No waste. It's hard, but not impossible. Very hard, but so not impossible. I mean, once you start to realize that you stop wasting things, you'll realize how much money you can save to put towards something else that you may need. So, for an example, if you usually get doggy bags for $3 a pack, use your Kroger bags or whatever plastic bags you get from the store, which most people know this. Get whatever bags and reuse them for your doggy bags. That will save you, it's just one example, that'll save you $2 and change that you might have spent on the doggy bags. And that $2 and change, you can get some sugar or some flour or some eggs. There's a lot of ways that the money could be stretched and spread out, because once Thanksgiving hits around, we're already going into September. I would say I would give it by October, the end of October, things are going to be out. I'm telling you, I'm God's child. I'm just going off of what God is saying. And what he's telling me, so I'm speaking to y'all. End of October, people are going to be struggling. Beginning of November, people are going to still be on the edge, like, things might get a little bit better. But here come December, Christmas time, people are quitting. People are not going to go to work as often because people are going to have all type of COVID this, COVID that, this thing, and the third. That's going to also hold people back. So when people stop working, it's all a trickling effect. When people start losing their jobs, it's obvious. People lose money. If you don't have money to spend, then you might be screwed as far as your food and stuff is concerned. Please, ladies and gentlemen, all brethren, do not wait till the last minute for this. It's so important to not wait for the last minute. Stock up now. The main thing that's going to be important is your food and your water. Half of the country right now is in a drought in the West. Half of the country is in a drought. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till December come, where you're like, oh my God, now I really got to ration my water, because if I don't ration my water, ain't nobody going to ration it for me. And when you're screwed and you ain't got no water, or you ain't got that coffee that you should have bought this month instead of waiting until the last minute, you're going to be crying about how you ain't got no coffee. You're going to cry how you don't have no sugar. You're going to cry how you don't got flour because bread is now out in the stores. And even if you don't know how to bake like that, you can learn. But if you ain't got no flour to bake with, or no baking powder, no salt, the primary things, you can't even feed your family just if it was just off of bread and jam. You wouldn't be able to do that. This is why it's so urgent and so important that everybody starts to focus on getting your ration stock before things get rationed. What else did I get? Onions also, you need to get your onions. You can hang them up and dry them out so they don't get all bad or whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to mean, like preserve. Or can them. If you guys know how to can, I'm not a big canner, but I need to learn, so I'm going to learn how to can better and do things like that, so then that way I can even fry some potatoes and can those for a later date. Things of that sort. Dry some potatoes out. I don't know. Just different things that I've seen other people. I'm just spreading the message. It is so important that we do this as a nation, because if we don't start to share what we have and ration what we have and not go in the stores and buy up everything, not leave for others, we're not going to be in the best position at all. Just as humanity, because we have to know that from our hearts, we want everybody to eat. We can't feed the whole world, but we can do our part in order for people to be able to have enough to go around. Because we are going to be involved in these wars. I'm telling you, we've been involved before. We're not invincible. United States is going to be involved in these wars. And before it gets bad, it's better to get ready now. So that is my other part for you all. I know it's not a lot that I've talked about today. I know. But either way, I'm probably going to record another part later. Who knows? But whatever money you got, if you have $20 and you're able to take half of that and go get some flour and some sugar, please do. You see, I keep saying flour and sugar and eggs, bread, because if you don't got nothing else, you can at least have some tea, some coffee, and some bread and jam, or bread and butter. Folks who are worried about whether or not they got enough meats and all this stuff, you need to worry more about peanut butters. Worry about things that can store for a long time and that have protein to it. What else would I say? Beans. Beans is another source of good fiber. Has protein in it too as well, a little bit. Depends on what beans you're doing. I'm not going to get into the whole bean fact now. I'm not even too sure myself how much protein has each beans, but I'm sure that beans have protein. But anyways, beans is a good source for anybody. It's good for anybody. You don't want to overdo it, of course, but you want to have enough in stock. Have some dry beans and stuff when things hit the fan. But if you can't get no canned beans, that's already cooking. You gotta boil them suckers. Make sure you got enough rice. Make sure you have enough rice. Oh, another thing too, very important. When things hit the fan, electricity might not be available, y'all. You want to make sure that you have a butane stove, a propane stove, something you have additional to cook with, or some firewood, your matches, some way to light a fire. Because if you don't, and you're not able to cook your food, you're just as screwed. No point in having a whole bunch of food if you can't be able to cook it. So, with all of that being said, I'm going to leave you guys for now. And of course, there'll be another part to this. And if you want to keep knowing how the day's going, then we're going to keep it moving. But right now, my family and I are doing well. What I mean by well is that we're poor, but we're rich in the Lord. And we have all the things that we need. We have our food. We have living quarters. Like I told you guys before, we own land. We own land. So that means that we have a pot to what I call a pot to piss in. We have land that we can run to and at least camp out on it, even though our house is not built yet on it. There's a lot of things, a lot of blessings that we have, and we're just poor folks. So, with all of that being said, I'm going to make sure I'm driving in the right direction here. Love you guys very much. Talk to you all a little bit later, and we'll continue and see how everything goes. See you guys on the next one.